Hey, SEGways!
It's time for some more ghost adventures, baby!
Don't ever do that again.
It's been far too long since I've done a video covering my favourite bakers, and today I found a doozy of a video. I don't want to give away too much too early and blow my load here, guys.
I beg your pardon?
Today we're going to be watching some 2000 Zak Bagans, when he was rocking that Green Day's Billy Joe 90s haircut. So anyway, let's skip all the intro waffling and just get straight into the video, because there is a lot to cover here. Also, please subscribe.
The homeless, drunkards, orphans, those who just couldn't take care of themselves, and the criminally insane.
Zak listing his dating preferences.
All once took refuge here at the Genesee County Farm, or better known today as the Rolling Hills Asylum.
So this is a bit of an older video from Ghost Adventures here. It was aired back in 2010 in season 4. So this is going to be around the era where Nick Groff was still with Ghost Adventures. Although this is an older episode of Ghost Adventures, I promise it does not disappoint, and it really highlights the lengths that Zak and the show creators will go to in really not giving a shit on who they hurt in order to make a dark and twisted story for their show.
The building, built in the 1820s, became a stew pot of tragic cases mixed with dark personalities.
I don't know what's funnier in this clip out of Zak's hair matching this steeple, or the crunching sound effects of a guy eating a fly. How big was that fly? It's all pretty shit, but I gotta admit, I do kinda like it.
One tragic case involved an inmate, as they were referred to as, named Roy. Roy suffered from giantism.
Roy was tall, but not a fucking Bigfoot.
Today, people have photographed the apparition of Roy, a 7-foot-tall hulking shadow that has been scaring people.
It's early in the video for me to be nitpicking so much, so I'm just going to very quickly add a footnote here that we have no scale whatsoever to this photograph to determine how tall this figure is. Like, how on earth can we tell it is in fact 7 feet? Also, to me, this looks like a female in the photograph. Like, I'm pretty sure I can see long hair and kind of feminine type features, maybe? But yeah, other than that, this is all very, very compelling stuff.
If you were homeless, or if you were a wife with children and your husband died in a farming accident, you know, a woman was not allowed to own property, so she was put in here.
That is total nonsense. Listen, I'm not going to try and argue that women didn't have it tough back in the day. I mean, so did men. Pretty much everyone had it pretty tough who were not wealthy. But to say that if a widower inherited a property that she would be sent to an asylum is total bollocks. Women could own property, but they were just not given the same rights and had more restrictions than men did. I don't know, maybe this is some weird editing decisions from Ghost Adventures, and in the moment the lady didn't actually say this. Maybe she's been taken out of context? I don't know, because it's such a bizarre thing to come out with.
In 1938, they built this whole triangular building as the Genesee County Infirmary, and it turned into eventually a nursing home.
They say that a lot of people died here.
About 1,700 people, they say, are buried around.
1,700 people?
Mm-hmm.
This does look like an interesting place to go visit. Hopefully, maybe, one day I'll get to see it for myself.
I think it's a hotbed of activity is what it is. We have a power grid across the street, which I think feeds a lot of the activity. We're close to ley lines.
So you got a power grid. This right here could be harboring a station for these entities and spirits to be powering themselves, you know what I mean?
No, Zak, I don't have a bloody clue what you mean. You're talking bollocks.
This is one of our underground tunnels. I had an experience here back in December. Right out of the blue, a piece of wood literally came flying down this whole tunnel here.
I mean, it looks like an old rundown area of the building. Is there a chance the plank just sort of fell from the ceiling? Just a thought anyway.
This is where I got the EVP with Raymond. Raymond is another well-known spirit here. Rumor has it, of course, we don't have any of these in fact form, that he used to molest some of the little girls here. Of course, we don't have any of these in fact form.
By we don't have these in fact form, what this lady is actually trying to tell us is this is all made up bollocks, more than likely created out of thin air from a psychic medium, or some bullshit ghost hunting device. Even when someone dies, it is a really serious thing to accuse someone of something so disgusting, especially if you have no facts to back it up. And this whole thing right now is giving me great big flashbacks to that Palomino Club episode that I covered from Ghost Adventures. This seems to be a little bit of a habit from Zak and Co. They interview the people that have some kind of association or work for said location. These people themselves don't do any research into the claims they're saying. They're pretty much presented as ghost stories, and Zak just runs with it and makes out that he can find evidence to back up these clear as day made up stories. I'm not really annoyed at the people telling the ghost stories. I mean, this is what people do, don't they? They just tell ghost stories, and they just done this one on camera. But a show as big as Ghost Adventures really should do some research into this. It's just so bizarre to me that if someone just says a story that Zak and Co will go, oh yeah, this must be true. Especially if they talk about such serious accusations and subject matter as what we're talking about with old Raymond here.
I don't know you, Raymond.
But you're still gonna call this spirit a nonce all the same.
But I've heard a lot about you, and what I've heard is not good stuff. No, come here. Dude, do you feel this,
No.
Marlena? Come here. Feel this right
Yeah,
here.
something is here. I don't know who it
Feel
is.
this. Feel it right here, though.
Stop it! Stop touching me!
I heard something up there, but I think it's that.
Question is who's them?
I'm pretty sure she means there's other people above the floor you're at, Zak.
But I think you know exactly what she meant by this, and you're just being a little bullshit rascal, aren't you?
What is this phenomenon here that is very notorious here about the screams being heard at this place?
First off, I want to say I'm skeptical. We have a little ball they keep out here for the little boy or the children to come out. And I purposely set the ball down in one area. So one night, me and Sharon, the owner, were leaving. And I walked by and I'm like, look, the ball is still in the same spot. Hasn't moved in 3 days. There's nothing here.
True skeptic.
Back to being a skeptic.
I love interviewing
Bah.
skeptics.
Within 2 minutes, we're going out. We close the door. And this loud lady, old lady, just screamed. And it went through the whole hallway. It shot me straight up from the window. I turned around, every hair on my body was standing. I was like, oh my God.
I sometimes wonder in the people that had like a real interesting ghost story to tell that it was all just kind of a prank. You know, that their whole lives could have changed because they believe they had a paranormal experience, but it was all just a prank. I'm not saying that's what's happened with this guy here, but it does still kind of sound like someone playing a prank on him, to be perfectly honest.
Ah! It's the scary Christmas room. I do not like the Christmas room. It is unnerving for me. I have my own little phobias in life, and you can poke fun at me or whatever.
Poke fun at Zak? Never. He gives us absolutely no ammunition whatsoever to be able to poke fun at him.
You know, with dolls and stuff like that.
I guess back in season 4 of Ghost Adventures, Zak went through more of a goofy phase. I gotta admit, I kinda like it.
One thing I will tell you that unnerves me most about all the hauntings that we've ever investigated are when we come in contact with children's spirits.
I know, me too.
Since starting my dumb little channel, I've never actually covered a video with David Schrader in it. Until before now, of course. He is pretty well known in the paranormal field, and he has worked with Ghost Adventures a fair few times between writing episodes and being an investigator like he is today. He also used to find locations for the show as well. Not to mention that he was in another TV show with Zak Bagans called Paranormal Challenge. I'm not the type to say guilty by association, I don't really like that argument, so I am interested to see how Dave conducts himself for the rest of the episode.
You said something that gave me a chill, is what I was thinking before you said it. Are these really little kids that are here? Are they really stuck here? Or
demons. Zak is very slowly edging towards demons because of course he is. He is Zak Bagans after all.
so because of all that, we need you, Aaron, to stay in here tonight by yourself and try and communicate with these children.
No way am I gonna sit in a room with Dave.
No.
He's like scary enough.
I like all this. I like seeing the fellas have fun. If the show could have stuck with this instead of the more slanderous nonsense that's to come, that would just be an all-round better look for the show.
We had that experience with the glow stick and the spirit coming out and blocking it.
The spirits here like glow sticks?
Yes, they do.
Do they want us to play techno music too?
I would say try anything. Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
it?
Try it, yeah.
Friends, I am locked in the cringe position.
Roy did educate himself. He was a very educated man, and he was very, very big into music.
All right, well, I think we can either find some opera music or Aaron
Well, it's
knows
a
how to sing
specific
opera
person that
music.
he really liked.
Do that again and I will hit you.
I like this as well. Why did Zak change this kind of format into the really silly, serious Zak that we see today on Ghost Adventures? But to be fair, Zak gets so serious with all that, it actually becomes funny in and of itself as well.
Now, Nurse Emmy lived up here, right?
Yes, she was the head nurse.
And she was evil. She was mean.
Nurse Emmy is legendary for abusing her patients and dabbling in the black arts.
Okay, as funny as this little reenactment of the nurse is here, I think it's time to get a bit serious because far too misinformation has already been spread in this video. And it's time to set the record straight. Shortly after this episode of Ghost Adventure aired, the owner of Rolling Hills Asylum did in fact have to set the record straight. I first learnt about this as I came across this Reddit post titled, "The Producers Got It Wrong."
So I went to Rolling Hills Asylum last night and learned something about the producers on the show that made me rethink everything. So at Rolling Hills Asylum, the owner was saying that the producers gave some spirits bad reputations and to this day is correcting people 12 years later. First, she said the nurse's name was Nurse Emma, not Emmy. Second, she stated that the producers heard rumors about her doing black magic and ran with it. They wanted to make the show more interesting, I guess. They didn't bother to fact check themselves. And she stated this had nothing to do with Zak and the team, it was solely the producers making stuff up.
Just need to take a little moment to say here, Zak is one of the producers of Ghost Adventures. There are no creative decisions that do not go through Zak Bagans. Ultimately, if there are any criticisms about the show, it does fall on Zak Bagans.
Makes me wonder what else they've lied about and if that's the reason why the show recently has been all about dark stuff and demons. Thoughts?
Well, yeah mate, I've got a fair few thoughts on this. But anyway, after looking a whole bunch on the Rolling Hills Asylum Facebook page to try and find this post for myself, finally, I actually did come across it, so let's give this a little read as well.
I've been bombarded with questions, here are the answers. Rolling Hill Asylum is not abandoned. I own it, I live here, I run a business here, I pay taxes on the property, I repair and make improvements on the property. Nurse Emma is not evil. She did not practice satanic rituals, she was a Baptist and is buried in the local Baptist cemetery. Raymond is not a patient. Raymond is not a PDF file.
Thanks, YouTube.
His last name is Raymond and his first name was John. He handled maintenance and other jobs here. He was a very nice man. Brad met an elderly gentleman about a year ago who knew Raymond personally and verified all of this. Roy is a gentle giant over 7.5 feet when he passed away and was a lovely person. I met someone who met him personally and all of this is verified.
I find it interesting how this post doesn't actually mention Zak Bagans or Ghost Adventures by name, but pretty much everything we're watching in this episode right now mirrors the debunks that had to be given by Rolling Hills Asylum. So it makes me wonder, who are these people giving this information to Zak and Ghost Adventures here? Were these previous owners? Are these just people that are fans of the building rather than people who own the building? Have Ghost Adventures very intentionally cherry-picked the people that were given the more salacious stories rather than the people that were given the actual facts? So now we know that Zak's account on the history of this location is complete enough to bollocks, we now get to see how much of a twat he makes himself for the rest of this episode.
Whenever you come into Emmy's room, I don't know if you feel it, you get that heavy, it just is unsettling. This is a room where men are more touched.
Now, Nurse Emmy, she did some dark magic.
No. No.
Every time you saw those goosebumps on my arms, I strongly believe when my body reacts like that, it's picking up on spiritual energy.
With all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think if we're doing a 12-hour lockdown in this place, I need some kind of adrenaline rush.
We're close to Niagara Falls. All right, we said we wanted an adrenaline rush before our lockdown, so we decided to jump in a pink boat.
I know Zak is a bit of a wanker for all the lies he's telling about dead people who are no longer around to defend themselves, but this is kind of fun to watch.
I am so pumped up for this lockdown, you don't even know.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear that.
Okay,
really.
so, you know to get me out at dawn, right?
Yeah, I'll get you out at dawn.
Okay, cool.
Where's the lock?
Nothing like a little potty humor before we get locked in.
Zak's awkwardness in making jokes weirdly makes him more funny. So why did Zak stop being funny on Ghost Adventures? Why did he go from this to eventually morphing into this super serious, cringy, paranormal philosopher?
Wheelchair right here, bro.
Pushing a wheelchair?
Another thing I like about the early Ghost Adventures episodes is that the actual ghost hunting itself does feel more raw. It has far more of an overall feel to that Ghost Adventures documentary that I covered a little while back. They don't have a bunch of camera operators and sound guys following them around. Providing there's nobody else in this building helping them fake all this shit, what we see on camera is just Zak, Nick, and Aaron wandering around an old building and getting freaked out by any little noise that they can hear.
All right, Roy, I know that you were dropped off here at 12 years old. I don't want any trouble with you, okay?
I got you to look after me, but then you got me to look after.
Are there any patients in here?
At this exact moment, Nick's digital recorder captured an EVP, or spirit voice, responding to him from within the white noise.
Are there any patients in here?
Yeah, that's a hard no for me there, fellas. I can't even call this audio pareidolia. It's just pure nonsense.
Oh my god. What? I just saw a black shadow block out that light.
Let me see, move.
Right up that light.
Sure you did.
Upon reviewing the photos that I took throughout the entire building, we discovered that 2 of them contained unexplained figures. What is absolutely shocking is that you can make out a giant figure. Did we just capture the spirit of Roy who suffered from giantism?
What the fuck is that?
Come on, Zak. Who are you trying to fool with this load of old bollocks? This figure weirdly has the kind of frame of Jason Voorhees. There even seems to be a little bit of a brighter white patch around the face here. My guess, and I have to stress, it is a guess, is that this is an overlay.
Well, duh.
Because of course it fucking is. It might be a guess, but what the fuck else could it be? Certainly not a bloody ghost, is it? This is the thing with a TV show like Ghost Adventures, they have a whole team of people to make this stuff look more realistic. And even though it's supposed to look more realistic, it still looks as shit as this. So sorry here, well, I'm not really sorry whatsoever, but I do not believe that this is a ghost. I also don't believe that this could be a natural occurrence or a trick of the light or anything like that. This quite clearly is out and out faking. This has all been drummed up in post. I mean, just look at how shitty it is. I've also never understood why any time someone takes a photo of a ghost, it's so grainy and shitty looking. The quality is terrible. Zak earlier shows us the camera he's using to take these still photographs and it looks like a pretty good camera. Even though it's back in 2010, surely the quality of the photograph should look better than this. You know, even if it is in the dark.
The second photo clearly shows another unexplained figure standing in the doorway facing us. With these hallways at Rolling Hills Sanatorium being notorious for dark shadow figures, we presume that our documentation of these unexplained figures supports this phenomenon.
Oh my god. This one looks even worse than the other. Just goes to show season 4 Ghost Adventures didn't really spend a great deal of money on their post-editors, did they? The show might be a bit funnier back then, it might not take itself quite as seriously as it does today, but the bullshit and the lying and the faking is just a backbone of this show. It's been there from the very beginning and it will be there till its very end.
Do you sleep in this bed?
Dude, I'm actually starting to get a little lightheaded and I feel like I'm burning up, man.
Is there somebody in this room?
I think it's kind of funny and a little bit sad how everyone just ignores Aaron. I mean, to be fair, this is probably just an act anyway, isn't it?
Can you jump in this bed with me and cuddle up with me?
As weird as this invitation is, it's even more weird than just 30 seconds prior in the episode, Zak also said this.
There were the homeless, drunks, criminally insane, you name it, we're all sent here.
So why would Zak want to invite folks like this into the bed with him? You really do have a very strange type, Zak.
Who's out there?
What?
Did you just hear that? Who's out there?
Okay, this one actually does sound a bit freaky, and I don't think there's anyone faking on this one, which, you know, for Ghost Adventures is a welcome change. I can understand that in the moment hearing this noise in an old asylum would freak anyone out, but I think this is just a noise from a cat. Rolling Hills Asylum is out in the middle of nowhere, and I wouldn't be surprised if there is a vermin problem in this old building. And a lot of these places just get cats in to kind of control the vermin problem. I'm going to go with a cat, but it could also be wildlife, I suppose.
And right after that, I captured this creepy EVP that might be the same spirit who just screamed.
Not so so much a scream, more of a meow.
I just heard that scream. You heard that scream? I just heard that scream.
Sounds like shoes hitting a surface and scuffing the floor to me.
You like us up here? Did you just scream?
Dude, the door just slammed. Did you see that?
Watch out, watch out.
It was right next to us.
Someone just slammed this door?
I just find it interesting that we cannot see Zak Bagans in Aaron's shot here. Very, very interesting.
To determine what had slammed the door, I started using a device that measures temperature as well as electromagnetic fields, elements that can tell us whether or not we're in the presence of a spirit.
Bullshit!
Is that what's going on? I don't know. Dude, it's going crazy.
Look at this.
I got close up on it.
Did you just... Oh my gosh.
It's on 666, look. It was on 666.
Are you making the temperature good? Is that your sign? What's your sign?
666.
The temperature was climbing, and then when it hit 666, guess what? Ghost Adventures pretty much end the shot almost straight away. Because I think we all know if they kept the shot lingering for a bit longer, it would go beyond 666, because that's what it was doing. I mean, even if it did stay at 666, who cares? It means nothing. None of this, nothing we are watching here means anything. But I'll give him this, it's not boring.
Do you want to slam this door again? It's a heavy steel door. You can slam it on my head. It's like a treasure hunting, okay? And we just found a bunch of gold coins. Yes, we do show emotion because we love catching this. This is why we're here.
Let's not milk it, Zach.
What temperature did it keep doing right here?
666.
Come here. 666 is when the get out was captured on my digital recorder. Watch. 2666.
Not a coincidence, man. It's something weird. That is something too weird.
Oh yes, 060626, the number of the beast passcode. This might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard from Ghost Adventures, and that really is saying something.
At this time, we decided to bring in guest investigator Dave Schrader, who will be using a specialized piece of equipment.
There was footsteps right behind there. Do you guys hear that? Dude, it's really hard for me to breathe. Hold on. What's wrong? It's my breath.
Do you have the opportunity of playing back video real quickly?
Again, nobody cares about Aaron. He just gets ignored every time.
Nick, just before that went off, I swear to God, there was a face up right over your shoulder.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
We reviewed our footage to try and find what Dave saw, but at that exact moment, Nick's infrared light was facing Aaron, preventing Aaron's camera from seeing beyond Nick's shoulder.
That's a shame. I guess they didn't pay their editor enough to do it a third time.
If you don't want to play, let us know. If you don't want us here, let us know. But you have to be clear. Let us know. If you don't want us here, let us know. But you have to be clear.
Seriously guys, I have cut out so many of these EVPs which sound like, well, absolutely nothing. Nothing whatsoever.
Those could be residual type hauntings where it's just keep going around and around and around. So we're trying to figure out if there's intelligence here too.
There's no intelligence in that building.
We thought now was a good time for Nick and Dave to operate the Hack Shack device, which rapidly scans through frequencies where spirits can speak through.
I've never heard it called a Hack Shack device before. But all said and done, it is a spirit box, and I hate the spirit box, so I'm just going to skip all things spirit box, because, you know, I hate it.
So Aaron and I set up this laser grid and completely sealed the hallway, so that no drafts would enter this space, contaminating our experiment. We then filled the hallway with dense fog. Once the fog had settled, we looked for any unexplained movement within the laser grid.
So essentially, you just turn this asylum into the Ministry of Sound.
Aaron and I were now heading into the underground tunnel in an attempt to make contact with the spirit of Raymond, a very evil person who did very bad things to women in this area when he was alive.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
Let's not forget that Raymond is the fella that's been accused of being a PDF file or a serial SAer. I really hate talking like this to appease the YouTube overlords with his bullshit word policing. Sam and Colby can upload a video step by step showing how they summon the devil, but I can't even say Peter
I know you like to mess with girls. You've been attacking them and touching them. So I'm sending down another something for you.
And I'd like for you to touch him or throw a piece of wood at his head.
It's so dumb.
Show yourself to us.
Well, there's the season 4 DVD cover.
Footsteps coming up on us.
It's real spiderweb.
Oh gosh, Aaron.
Wait. Right after we heard those footsteps approaching Aaron, we caught this violent EVP.
Footsteps coming up on us. Oh, it's real spiderweb. Oh gosh, Aaron. Wait. Oh gosh, Aaron. Wait. Oh gosh, Aaron. Wait. You just right here.
Okay, this isn't just the biggest EVP leap I've ever seen in a Ghost Adventures episode. It might well be the biggest leap of any EVP I've ever seen on any channel ever. I mean, really, come the fuck on, seriously.
Were the spider webs that Aaron thought hit his face actually slaps from this entity?
What? I mean, we all know what it feels like to walk into a spider web, don't we? There's no other feeling quite like it. And I think we can all agree it doesn't feel like a slap in any way, shape or form. It feels like, you know, you have walked into a spider web.
My brain hurts!
Not like someone else has made physical contact on you. And anyway, if a ghost can muster up enough power to hit you and it feels like a spider web, then I think we can all agree that you're never in danger being around a ghost. Might be a bit gross, but you're not actually in danger.
It was now time to release Dave from Rolling Hills Asylum and continue our investigation.
Since Dave was mostly around the spirit box, I didn't really include him much in this video in the end. Oh well.
Right now we're in the organ room. This is the room where in 2005 the owners of this place found a bunch of looked like satanic ritual pentagram circles everywhere.
Well, I'm gonna try to call out whatever spirits are in here that used to. Maybe there's some sort of portal that opened up in here that we were told about.
Another little reminder here that Nurse Emma wasn't evil or into black magic. She was a Baptist. So everything Ghost Adventures is doing right now is just cringy theatre.
See if you're sitting in the heart of that demonic doorway.
For Zak's emo good looks and ripped physique, deep down, really, he is just a bit of an awkward dork, isn't he? I would find him more endearing if it wasn't just for all the consistent faking and slanderous lies.
While Nick stayed in the organ room, Aaron went down to the Christmas room, and I continued back into the tunnel where this evil spirit resides.
No one cares!
Can you blow out all these candles if you don't like seeing them lit? That's irritating. You blow out all these candles right now.
Why would it irritate the spirits if they were into black magic? You know what? Never mind. For God's sake.
What type of evil stuff did you do? What is that?
I swear I didn't edit anything here. This is exactly how it is on the episode. It took Nick this long to react to the scream. Now, could it be that this scream or noise had Nick frozen momentarily out of fear or confusion? Or perhaps it could be overlaid. And for some reason, the editors of the show just had Nick buffering longer than Bing before he finally kicks into gear and actually reacts to the noise that he probably didn't actually hear in the moment.
What is that?
Wait a sec. One thing I have learned is that kids can be manipulated by demons. So, like, you think you're playing with a kid, but you're really messing with something way different.
Duh. Why did you get sent to this poor farm? What'd you do here? Did you kill somebody? Because I'm here for you if you want to do something to me.
I find it funny how Zak is challenging the ghost since now he knows the worst he'll actually get back is the feeling of a spider web on him. Bloody ghosts have the attack power of level 1 Link.
Alright, I'm leaving. See you later. Alright, I'm leaving. See you later.
I just can't with these EVPs anymore, guys. How dumb do they think their viewers are to buy into any of this shit? So with that, let's just end the video here, because for the rest of the episode, they just do more of this EVP crap, and I'm over it. There were some positives in this video, but it very, very, very much gets overshadowed by the gross lies told about the dead who were associated with Rolling Hills Asylum. It would be nice to say that Zak Bagans and Ghost Adventures grew out of this little phase as the show kept going on, but if anything, they just repeated this formula killer over and over and over again. Because really, their attitude is they don't care who they hurt or who they lie about in the process of just making a entertaining video. So if you enjoyed my take on this load of old nonsense, please give it a like and subscribe to the Side Eye Guy channel. Right, even though I just finished this, I'm pretty much immediately going to start planning my next Ghost Adventures video, because I get so many requests asking me to watch more Ghost Adventures videos. Like, so many. Honestly, you'd be shocked. And they're all different episodes. It's not like people asking me to react to the same couple of episodes. There's so many episodes out there that people want me to cover. It actually gets a bit overwhelming, to be honest with you. And just goes to show how many dumb Ghost Adventures episodes there are out there. So anyway, ta very much. Cheerio!
He's the one you can't deny. Bringing truth to all those